We've all done it. Picking up our phones the second a room goes quiet. Because we're terrified of what we'll hear if we just sit there. We act like being alone is a bug in the system. Like we need to fix it with a partner or a roommate. But what if the silence isn't the problem? What if it's just the first time we're actually listening?
I think we've been sold this idea that if we magically find a disc called Cured of Loneliness and we insert it in our brain and we click install, it's gonna magically make everything disappear. You will never feel a sting of silence or loneliness ever again. I spent years just falling into everybody's arms, be roommates, be partners, be anybody, because I was really, really afraid of being with my own thoughts, being alone, feeling that silence. Even now, after years of therapy, I feel like the point isn't to magically make the loneliness disappear or magically make the feeling of being alone disappear. I don't think that's the point. I think the point of the whole thing is to be okay that that's gonna happen. Be okay that sometimes you're gonna feel alone. Sometimes you're gonna have off days. For me, living with people never felt like it was necessarily about the company, to which, that's also a great thing. You have company, you have people you surround yourself with, you have all these like great friends and family, and that's great. That's really good. But I think it's important to realize if that comes from a place of truly wanting that company or if it's just a shield. If the house was full, then everything was fine, I didn't have to hear what my head was saying at all. Have you ever been terrified of just sitting? Just sitting with your own thoughts, no distraction, no nothing, just you and your own thoughts. That's terrifying. That was terrifying. It still is. I'm not gonna sit here and do this video and pretend like I'm fixed or I'm cured because remember, it's not about being cured or fixed. It's about when that time happens of having a bad day, you know how to deal with it. That's the main important thing that I want everybody to take from this video. I'm not here to preach a 10-step routine on how to be less lonely or, while there are things that you can do that could help, I'm not gonna sit here to sell you something that it's just not true. You will have days where you feel lonely. You will have days where you will feel worse than before. You will feel like you're regressing. You'll feel like, oh, but I've been doing so much progress. I've been doing so well into, taking myself out on dates or like making new friends, or you feel like you're doing so well. And you're like, yes. And then one day you wake up and you're like, oh, I feel like shit today. I don't feel good today. I feel like I'm regressing because I didn't feel that yesterday. I think what's important is to realize that feelings are fleeting and what you might feel today might not be the same tomorrow. I mean, not even in an hour. You might feel something right now and then in an hour, everything should be fine. That's the point, is not everything will be the same. The thing is, therapy didn't make the silence go away per se. Therapy helped me understand and look at the silence from the perspective of understanding. It also taught me that silence is not necessarily the enemy. There's also a very important thing that I feel like we do lose track, and it's quite easy to lose track, especially in this modern day when you have social media apps where it's so easy to get lost into you're not doing this good, or this is like 5 ways to fix this thing. That does it really need to be fixed, or do you just want to just fix an imaginary thing? Because there are certain things that we can definitely work on. There are certain things that you can improve about yourself if you don't like it. It is very easy to get swept into this way of life where you just have to optimize everything. I have to optimize this and I have to optimize that and I have to do this and I have to do that. And then once I optimize the part of my life, we optimize that one and that one and that one. And then, You go to a point when you're like, hold on, why am I here? What do I want? You know what I mean? We aren't really machines. Humans are not per se meant to quote unquote get fixed. You understand your feelings and you understand humans rather than trying to fix them. When I fall back into patterns of trying to distance myself or isolate myself, I am remembering talking to myself like I would to a friend. I'm thinking if a friend would come to me and say, hey, Tina, I've been going through a really hard time, it's been really tough. I feel so alone. I feel like I don't belong. I feel like it's just nothing just goes right. I'm thinking, what would I say to that friend? What would I say in that moment to that friend who's being so vulnerable? When you start seeing yourself from the perspective of a friend or someone loved, to me it helped a lot because it was so easy to, in a way, kind of demonize myself, to say, hey, like, why are you feeling this? This is not supposed to be happening. This is like, why are you feeling lonely? Or like, oh, you're not lonely, you have all these things, right? Like, why is that even a thing? And then I realized, would I say that to a friend? Would I say that to a loved one? Would I genuinely talk like that to someone else? No, I wouldn't. I don't think I feel so bad. I feel like that's so mean. But then I ask myself, then if I can't say it to someone else, then why don't I give myself the same grace? Why don't I give myself the same grace as if I would give to someone who's close? You know what I mean? Like, you just have to form that understanding and that grace with yourself as well, not with only the people around you. Cheers. The thing is, you can be content with who you are. You can be 100% content with who you are and still be lonely, still feel like something's missing. Both things can happen at the same time. You can love your life. You can love and be grateful for everything that you have, but you could still miss a person or miss a feeling or miss something that... One doesn't necessarily cancel out the other, and I think that's very, very comforting. Right, Mochi? You think so too, right? Falling in love with yourself does not necessarily mean that you stop wanting other people. You stop wanting to still connect. You can still fall in love with yourself and rediscover yourself. I think the difference is you stop seeing these people as a need to fill a hole and more as a extension of you. Hi, Bobby. Welcome. Say hi to the camera. Oh, or not. If you're struggling to be alone, don't look for a fix. There's no magical fix per se. If you're struggling to be alone today or in any other day, don't look for a disc to fix it because there's not one per se. Sit in the silence for 1 minute longer than you did yesterday. Give yourself some grace, because you're doing a hard thing. This is not easy. This is not a walk in the park. I may be, sitting here and telling you, oh yeah, just do this and this and this and everything's gonna be magically fixed. No. It takes trial and error. You're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have its ups and down, but the most important thing is that all the feelings that you're feeling are fleeting. The loneliness that you feel is going to be gone. Then you're gonna feel good and gonna feel happy, and then loneliness comes again, and that's okay. That's honestly okay. I'm on this journey too. I haven't figured out per se, and I haven't cured loneliness because there's not necessarily a cure. We shouldn't view it from the perspective of this is a thing that we need to fix, and then once we fix it, we'll never have it again. Keep going, and it's going to be okay. I wish you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye-bye! Mwah!